Commissioner Crenshaw killed his old lady. Whoever gets this case is ruined.
Good luck, good hunting, and goodbye.
Well, look on the bright side, McCall.
There is no bright side, Buster. What are you so afraid of, Commissioner?
I've got people I can call.
The two of you are up on a trial board. You're both suspended without pay.
Well, let's do it anyway.
I'm gonna have to cuff you.
So now the fun begins.
Works for me.
There we go. Okay, there you go. One more. Come to the net. Let's go. Bend your knees more. Let's go. That's it. That's it. That's much better. Heads up. Hey, take shorter steps. You're looking sloppy out here. Your feet are dragging all over. That's it. That's it. Good. Nice, easy stroke. That's it.
Larry, could you move your car, please?
The keys are already in it, honey. Just pull it on over, will you? Ha!
You're not concentrating. Take this. You're not concentrating.
Yeah, I got it.
We got handed a red-hot grounder, man. And the officer who gets this one is going to be drilled and grilled.
Come on, Smitty, it can't be that bad.
Well, the commissioner's wife just got exploded in the commissioner's car.
I won't make my pension. I got 3 official 608 complaints last year.
You think maybe the commissioner did her in?
Don't take this personally, sir, Mr. Commissioner, but where were you when your wife got gonzoed?
Whoever gets this case is ruined.
Good fool day.
Good morning. Where is everybody? Last time I saw it like this, the mayor's kid sister disappeared. We got a career breaker here?
Yeah, Commissioner Crenshaw killed his old lady.
Whoa, wait a minute, Ortega. We don't know that. Now, you know, it could have been somebody else. Could have been the butler. Something.
Wow, 68% of all the homicides involving a husband and a wife, it's the spouse who committed the crime. Now, we got a 68% chance that the commissioner whacked his old lady.
If I get this case, it's over. I mean, no one officer should get stuck with 2 career breakers in 1 year.
Yeah, I wonder who Kane's going to give it to.
Hunter, I've got something neat for you. The Crenshaw case. I know you and McCall will conduct an absolutely scrupulous investigation of this homicide. Good luck, Good hunting, and goodbye.
Well, at least I'm in the right room. McCall, we got it. You can come out now, girls. It's safe.
Why didn't you hide, Hunter?
I was in the men's room. What'd you want me to do, climb up in a vent? I'm too big.
Hey, Hunter, can I have your desk and your locker?
There's no way out on this one, Hunter. Kane's finally managed to pull our plug.
Well, look on the bright side, McCall.
There is no bright side, Buster. I've met Commissioner Crenshaw. He took me to lunch once.
Oh, that eases my mind some. Nice guy, is he? I hope.
It was when I made detective grade. The purpose of the lunch was to find out how I like being a lady cop. And then we moved on to the wine tasting and the heavy breathing.
Oh, no. He took a shot at you?
Well, it has been known to happen, Hunter.
If he's a player, he was probably playing around with his wife. She found out about it. He decided to eliminate her. That's in your detective's manual under favorite motives.
Hey, Chief, can you give us a statement?
Not right now, please. I just got here. I'll have a statement for you later.
Excuse me. Hey, Sergeant.
No comment.
Not now, please. A little later. I have an investigation.
Do you have any suspects at this time?
No, nothing. No.
I wanted to see you before you went in to talk to Commissioner Crenshaw. I don't want you to forget the man's under a great stress at the moment. I don't want you to add to that stress. Could a little later, please?
We may have to ask him some questions, sir.
Can't that wait?
No, I'm afraid it can't.
Lady, would you get this out of my face right now? Right now. Officer, move these people out. Officer, please, could you clear out this area? Later. Connie and Larry Crenshaw were two of my dearest friends. I don't have to tell you that I'm going to be looking into every aspect of this case. I'll be like a shadow hanging over your desk.
Well, I'll try not to let that interfere with the way I carry out my investigation, sir.
Sergeant, one phone call and I can have you doing a straight 8 on a foot beat on Skid Row.
Larry, these officers have to ask you a few questions. I hope you don't mind. We'll go in the living room, make this as quick and as painless as possible.
He's pretty upset.
What happened to his hands?
Well, he scorched him pretty bad trying to get the burning car door open. Look, his tennis coach is still here. His name is Lance Lane. I held him for it.
Lance Lane?
Wait till you see him. The guy looks like a Lance Lane. He was here when the car went up. It's a mess. I don't think the crime lab's going to get much of anything.
Did you see Commissioner Crenshaw's hands? Were they badly burned?
No, he had them wrapped when I got here. It's too bad you guys got this grounder. No win, huh?
I was getting tired of police work anyway. Gonna get a fishing boat and move to Florida. Pick up girls.
Why was she driving his car?
Well, he says she was just moving it out of the way so she could get her car out. He was down taking a tennis lesson from Cutie Pie.
Commissioner Crenshaw? I'm Sergeant Hunter. This is Sergeant McCall. I'm very sorry about the death of your wife, sir.
She was just moving it. My car. And then Lance and I, we heard it. I mean, all the things you plan, as if nothing were ever going to happen. We were planning on having lunch this afternoon, then going to the mayor's party tonight, and this morning we were just sitting there talking about Jill's graduation from Vassar. And I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
Well, Sergeant McCall is going to ask you some questions, sir.
I want you to find out who killed my wife. It isn't, well, I mean, they were after me. It was my car. There'd been threats.
You had threats on your life?
Yes.
How many? How long ago?
2 on Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday night, about half an hour apart.
Did you report these threats on your life to somebody?
No.
Why not?
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I'm just asking why, when threats were made on your life, you didn't report it to somebody.
I didn't take them seriously.
Larry, are you all right?
I'm a little tired, yeah.
Look, Hunter, maybe you'd like to talk to the tennis coach. I'll finish up here. Commissioner, do you remember me?
Sure. Well, I'm afraid I'm not sure. I meet so many police officers.
Yes, I'm calling about Commissioner Crenshaw's tuxedo for tonight. Didn't he rent one? Yes. No, my mistake. Thanks. You Mr. Lane?
Lance Lane. I'm Larry's tennis coach.
Did you see anything?
No, I was giving Mr. Crenshaw his lesson.
You mean Larry?
What?
Well, you just called him Larry.
Yeah, Larry. I was giving him his lesson, and Connie wanted to move his car, and the keys were in it.
Oh, how do you know that?
Larry told her to move it herself. The keys were in it. We were having our lesson.
Got any idea why the commissioner parked his car behind his wife's when he could have just as easily put it in the garage?
What is this?
Well, this is a homicide investigation, Lance. Sometimes we ask a lot of tiresome questions.
Well, I don't have any idea. Look, can I go? I got other people to teach.
Well, you're taking this pretty hard, aren't you? Hang in there, Lance. The grief will pass with time.
I hardly knew her.
Okay. Leave your number and address with the officer at the gate. Oh, Mr. Lane. What's your real name? I mean, before you changed it.
I'm sorry?
Well, Lance Lane sounds like it came out of the casting directory. Who were you before you changed it to Lance Lane?
Well,
I can print you and run it. Caused me a lot of problems. Get me to thinking and all. Sometimes it's just best to cooperate.
I was born Teddy Scheinberg.
Okay. See you around. Oh, Teddy. Did you see who wrapped the commissioner's burned hands?
I think he did it himself.
All right.
Please, I would like to lie down.
Sergeant McCall, that's enough for now. There's no reason this can't be postponed till later.
Excuse me. I got some ointment from the doctor outside. Let me take a look at those hands, Commissioner.
Kenny, can you please make this end? I'm feeling a little ill.
Certainly. Sergeant Hunter, Sergeant McCall, would you please come outside with me?
I understand you left the keys to your car in the ignition. Is that something you usually do, Commissioner?
Perhaps you didn't hear me, Sergeant.
I heard you. It's just that I'm on kind of a roll right now.
You get outside right now, Sergeant. Don't make me say it again.
Kicked out of port.
I got a chance to take his hand and squeeze it slightly. No flinch, so I don't think he was burned too badly.
Want my cop's hunch?
Think he did it?
Why would a guy leave the keys in his car and the car parked where it would have to be moved, when it would be just as easy to put the car in the garage?
I don't know, that's pretty thin.
Well, I got another piece that's a little bit more solid. He had a black tie dinner to go to tonight. There was no tuxedo in his closet. So I called the tux shop that's listed in his telephone book. He didn't rent one.
So he knew she was going to be dead. Why would he go to a party? Why would he bother to rent a tux?
Bingo.
I thought you said Lance claimed he hardly knew her.
Right.
Well, if you go back in her calendar, she was taking a tennis lesson from him every Friday.
Looks like our friend Lance Lane made a little boo-boo.
I guess the sexual revolution hasn't made it to that table over there
Like your
yet.
purse, big fella.
What do you got in that checkbook?
Oh, mostly checks made out to cash, the market, stuff like that. There are 3 large amounts made out to a Manny Roth, though. 2 for 500, 1 for 1,000. Could be worth checking out.
She was headed to 25277 Wilshire Boulevard. You want to hit that place first?
Yeah, might as well.
My purse! My purse! Stole my purse! How do they expect me to pay for my lunch? 25277 Wilshire Boulevard is a lawyer's office.
Lawyers. Maybe they were going to do her taxes.
Or her divorce. We'll never get anything out of her attorney unless we get creative.
Hey, I work over at the Hancock drug counter. You know, it's across the street from, commissioner's office, see? And, I'm all the time seeing Mr. Crenshaw come in there with this blonde with the split ends, you know? So I says to Mrs. Crenshaw, hey, honey, I think that this Mr. C's been messing around on you, you know? So anyway, I says to Mrs. Crenshaw, look, honey, it's fine. I'll come down and, make a statement or something, whatever you want. It's no problem.
We're not working on the Crenshaw divorce action any longer because Mrs. Crenshaw was killed earlier this morning. It was on the radio.
Ain't life a peach pit?
Just what the hell is going on here?
Mrs. Crenshaw asked this woman to come in and be deposed on the divorce case. I just told her about Mrs. Crenshaw's death.
I demand to see your identification.
I'm real hungry, Ace, and I'm sure you're going to stop all this demanding unless you plan on growing 5 or 6 inches in the next 2 or 3 seconds. Come on, Seal, honey, these aren't very nice people.
No kidding. Let me get my place.
So the loving couple was getting a divorce, huh? The commissioner sort of forgot to tell us that this morning when we were over there.
Yeah, well, maybe he was just a little too upset.
Yeah, perhaps.
Tell you what, I think we ought to find out what all these checks to Manny Roth are for.
Yeah, it's either that or early retirement.
Huh.
Manny Roth, I remember this guy. He was an accounts receivable specialist for Bad Bob Austin.
The loan shark?
Yeah, he used to make cash register with a baseball bat. He once killed a guy collecting a $100 loan. He's not going to be easy to talk to. He lacks a cooperative spirit.
How about a little good cop, bad cop? I'll be the bad cop.
I've had 5 partners, and every time we played good cop, bad cop, I was the bad cop. That's sort of my thing. I do a great bad cop.
You mean you used to do a great bad cop? This time you're gonna do the good cop.
The hell I am.
The hell you aren't.
Don't tell me you threw a couple of oinkers from downtown, but I ain't done nothing. So shove off.
Let's get something straight right now, Manny. I haven't got any sense of humor. I live to hassle bums like you. You want some trouble from me? I'll park outside this little rat hole of yours and I'll start spending your cash. I will write you up on fire regs, access codes, you name it, I'm gonna find it.
Calm down, McCall.
Well, where does this bag of wind get off calling us oinkers, huh? I think we ought to cut this ball of slime down to size.
You'll have to excuse my partner. She's had a tough week. We're here to check up on a client of yours, Mrs. Crenshaw. Dee Dee, could I have a few minutes here? Would you wait for me in the unit, please?
That's real cute the way you two do this. I don't talk to pigs. Now get out of here before I call my attorney.
I don't think you scared him. Want to trade?
I'm not through yet.
I told you to get out of here. I said get out of here!
I'm the best friend you've got in this room, so maybe you better talk to me.
Are you insane?
That's a possibility. Now, Mrs. Crenshaw hired you to do something. Why don't you start from there? She's had her 2 practice swings, Manny. Now she's gonna try it out on you. That used to be your specialty, didn't Manny? Busting guys with that thing?
Just let me go, will you? Just let me go.
Now, Mrs. Crenshaw hired you to follow the commissioner, right? Because she thought he was having an affair?
She didn't want her husband followed. She wanted me to follow his tennis coach.
Why?
She told me she was having an affair with him. Tennis coach was in love with her. She tried to break it out. The guy goes all nuts. Starts saying he's gonna kill her husband.
Go on.
I followed the guy for a few weeks. He seemed to calm down okay. So that was that.
Mrs. Crenshaw was killed this morning, Manny. That makes this a homicide investigation. And as the 2 oinkers on this case, you try to leave town, and we're gonna do the ham hock polka on top of your head.
It's the truth, I swear it.
Manny, if you get that urge to leave town, fight it real hard, okay? So, what do you want to do? We got 2 choices. We can stake out our beloved commissioner,
Bad career move, but maybe the right one.
or we can sit on Lance Lane and see what he's doing when he's not serving up those furry little white balls to people in tailored shorts.
Well, we decided to let the commissioner drift and camp out on Lance. Would that make us chicken-hearted scaredy cats?
Yeah, but let's do it anyway.
Hey, Lance is leaving.
Well, here's a piece of luck, Hunter. Your car's going to fit right in here.
That's my boy. I do have something for you. Something for me? That's first. Randy.
Halt, police!
I'm my attorney now.
Shut up. Do you know what's going on around here?
I'm lost. I admit it.
You don't seem to get the point, Hunter. I don't care what you and McCall think. The case is closed, the killer is dead, and all the pieces fit.
No, they don't. It just doesn't quite track for me.
Well, it tracks for me. Lance Lane was jealous of Connie. He wanted to marry her, and he planned to get rid of her husband. So he tried to kill the commissioner, and he got Connie by mistake. Manny Roth confirms it. He has given his statement right now.
But we think Manny's lying.
I said it tracks for me, Hunter.
Then what was Manny doing in the junkyard, handing an envelope over to Lance? It looked like he expected a payoff, maybe blackmail. But then Lance tries to kill Manny. Why? What did Manny have on Lance?
Manny Roth says there was no envelope. You two say there was. So where is it?
Lance and it burned up in the junkyard.
Oh, excuse me. All to hell. Lance and the envelope burned up. That's great.
Don't close the case, Captain. Leave it open.
Commissioner Crenshaw wants it closed.
So tell him to sit on his hat. This is our case. Commissioner Crenshaw killed his wife.
Now, you listen
because
here.
she was running around with Lance Lane. He put the dynamite underneath the hood of his own car, parked his car where his wife would have to move it.
Why?
Because she was getting a divorce.
Says who?
She was seeing a divorce attorney by the name of Shriver. We can subpoena his files.
You'll never get that paper through the system. There is not a judge in this town that'll sign that subpoena. Attorney-client files are privileged information.
It's a community property state. If she divorces him, she gets half his net worth. Now, I ran him through Dun and Bradstreet. He's worth $20 million. I think $10 million is a pretty good motive.
Okay, so if Commissioner Crenshaw killed his wife like you two say he did, why was Manny Roth blackmailing Lance, who hasn't got $20 million? Seems to me Manny Roth would be blackmailing Commissioner Crenshaw. You got a way to explain that?
You're right. It doesn't seem to make any sense.
This case is off the sheet. Lance Lane did the murder. Lance Lane is dead. We move on. You got that? Are you quite clear on that?
Yeah.
Well, I hear you two did some fine police work. I just can't believe that Lance tried to kill me.
Neither can we.
Well, excuse me. Excuse me. I thought that, I thought that, well, Lance did kill my wife. I thought the case was closed.
That's just because you had the juice to get it close, Commissioner. We both know who killed your wife. It wasn't Lance.
What exactly are you insinuating?
We got questions, lots of them, like, why didn't you rent a tuxedo for the mayor's party?
What?
You had a black tie dinner to go to, and you didn't rent a tuxedo. And that's because you knew your wife was going to be dead. And a man doesn't go to a black tie dinner on the night his wife has been murdered.
Are you out of your mind, Sergeant? I resent this entire conversation.
What are you so afraid of, Commissioner?
That is it. The two of you are up on a trial board. You're both suspended without pay. Leave your shields and your weapons with the watch commander.
You know, Captain, you're always talking about the system, how impartial it is. Well, this scumball blew his wife halfway to Tarzana. And just because he's the mayor's tennis partner or some damn thing, we have to back off.
Forget it, Hunter. You're wasting your breath.
Oh, there's a piece of good news. Not burned at all. Nice working with you.
Get back to work! Get back to work!
I fed the cops a phony story. Told me your old lady hired me to follow Lance because she was afraid he was jealous and he might kill you. Kept the heat off of you, Mr. Big Shot. You had your boy try to kill me.
Oh, I don't have to sit here and put up with all this.
Hey, Magoo, this is a whole new game. It don't make no difference that Lance is dead. You and him killed your wife, and I've got the pictures that tell why. We set it up in payments. $100,000 a month. I'll call you. Let you know how and when.
I'm not gonna let you pressure me forever. I want the negatives.
See, blackmail's an art. It's an art, like Chinese water painting. It's true, you squeeze too hard, you kill the patient. But I'm very good. I squeeze just hard enough so you'd always rather pay than face the heat.
I'll go to the police. I'll confess.
Want to bet? His wife owed me for the last 2 weeks. She's going to pay me later.
Oh, and you had to meet in the bottom of the garage to discuss that, huh?
Yeah, you got that part real solid, honey.
Get used to it. We're going wherever you go, taking pictures and writing it down.
I'll send you copies if they come out.
You two are suspended.
Oh, I know. But we love this city and we hate injustice. So this was on the house.
Should we follow him?
No, I think he's gonna go home and try to figure out what to do next. Lance's funeral is today. I think we should go.
Why?
Well, you're known by the company you keep. I think we can find out about Lance.
Let's go. Isn't that Mark Leland?
Well, well, if it isn't the prince of the chicken hawks. Probably here to spit on the coffin.
Let me handle this. Mark?
Well, what do we have here? A rat woman and her drooling companion, Rat Fink.
I didn't know that Lance was one of your boys.
I don't talk to cops.
Hey, look, I could arrange to have a black and white parked outside one of your little bathhouses for a couple of weeks. That would play hell with business.
Lance is dead. I don't think there's much more any of us can do to him.
I gave Miss tennis lessons. I paid for them.
Huh, that was nice. So Lance was one of your boys?
Yes, years ago, when he was younger.
Oh, you mean like about 16?
You never understood us, Sergeant. You've got all your bourgeois Calvinistic supremacy hang-ups.
I don't need a sermon from you. You sell 15-year-old boys to wealthy old men for money. That doesn't make you a freedom fighter, just a pimp.
In God's eyes, we're all equal.
I'll bet you the boss sees it real different.
Are you through with me, Sergeant McCall?
For a while, anyway.
That's the missing piece, isn't it? Lance is gay.
I bet you Commissioner Crenshaw is gay. He and Lance were having an affair. Mrs. Crenshaw hired Manny Roth to follow the commissioner, and he got some nice, juicy shots on him.
Mrs. Crenshaw files for a divorce, is going to name Lance co-respondent. The commissioner's life is financially and socially ruined, so he and Lance kill Mrs. Crenshaw.
And Manny Roth, in pure Slime City fashion, makes an extra set of prints, and he's got a blackmail scheme.
Yeah, it works for me, but it's only circumstantial. Boy, I'd sure like to have a set of those photographs.
I tell you, I feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah. Which one? Lance or the commissioner?
Lance. They come to L.A. looking for glitter, and some slug like Mark Leland gets a hold of them. He corrupts them, and then it's just one slippery slide from here to there.
Well, you can't change what's in people, Dee Dee.
I just get tired of throwing garbage out into the wind and watching it blow back.
I've got a theory about that. You see, there's this little hole up here. And if you shovel it just right, you get one or two pieces to drop down into it and stay down. And that's what we're trying to do, isn't it? Get those one or two pieces to stay down.
I'd sure like to get Mark Leland.
Yeah, he's pretty smart.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's throw this little spitball back at the commissioner and see what happens, huh?
Works for me. You missed Lance's funeral, Commissioner.
Get off my car!
It was a pretty nice service, too. If you can get past all the male hustlers, pimps, and chicken hawks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, Commissioner. It's the 1980s. It's time to accept your feelings, come to terms with what they are. Mores are changing, and so is the law. There's nothing to be afraid of or ashamed of anymore. I think you should have faced it and dealt with it instead of killing your wife to hide it.
Leave me alone! Just leave me the hell alone! I've got people I can call. You can't do this to me. You simply cannot.
Sure we can. I think this guy's coming unwrapped. I'll watch him. You take Manny.
You know, I kind of feel funny about this, but I still can't forget Connie Crenshaw.
Yeah. She's in the ground, and all she tried to do was get out of a bad marriage.
Yeah. I'll be on Channel 70.
Captain Kane, please.
How you boys?
You're under arrest, Hunter. Obstruction of justice.
Obstruction of justice?
Kane says they charge you with it until he can come up with something better. You packing, Sergeant? Yeah. I'd like the gun, please. I'll have to cuff you.
Well, I guess I underestimated him.
I tell you, they know absolutely all of it. Now I've got to have those pictures. I have to know that they're destroyed.
You been to the bank? You got the money?
I've got it, but I cannot just buy one picture at a time. I've got to destroy them all.
I'll tell you what. Bring the money, and we'll see. Maybe I'll have a change of heart. And Commissioner, I got friends who love me and who will open an envelope and send it to the DA if I don't come home to dinner. You try one more stunt like you did with Pretty Boy, I'll triple the price and I'll sink you, man.
I'll be alone. Where?
All right, there's a warehouse at 2200 Broadview. Belongs to my cousin. You go out there right now and wait.
I took you off the case. I suspended you.
I've got the motive. I've got the missing pieces.
You disobey every direct order I give you.
I'm a cop.
Well, what do you think I am?
Oh, you're a politician.
I'm, what did you call me?
You heard me.
I'm sorry, Rick. I was in court. I got here as soon as I could. What is it this time?
Well, I was minding my own business, listening to the radio, and Kane rolls 2 black and whites and has me arrested.
After I gave you a direct order to close this case. You disobeyed my direct order.
I'm not under your command, sir. You suspended me, remember?
What's the charge against my client, just for the record?
Obstructing justice.
Come on, Captain. If you close the case, there's nothing to obstruct.
Damn straight.
I don't like being threatened by attorneys.
Captain, what you like or don't like interests me not in the least. Now, if you try and lay a specious charge on my client, I will have you in court so fast you'll think I did it with mirrors.
Go get him, Gail.
Hey, Hunter. Don't make things any worse. Just be quiet. Here are some precedents in obstructing justice cases in this state. Lyle versus Long Beach PD. Salmon versus the San Diego District Attorney. The Krupp-Mitchell defense is circled in red. It's kind of heavy reading, but the decision is a monster. So here we are, Captain. The old fish or cut bait moment. Pick a strategy.
Get out of here, Hunter. I set your trial board for Tuesday. You and McCall will be heard together.
Hunter, there's got to be an easier way.
Yeah, thanks for blowing him back for me. God bless the good old Krupp-Mitchell decision. I never heard of it.
I made it up. He looked like he was teetering. Krupp is my butcher. Mitchell runs the produce counter.
You're my kind of lady lawyer.
Hunter, this is McCall, Channel 70. Hunter, this is McCall, Channel 70. There's a situation brewing.
McCall, this is Hunter. Where are you?
Get a move on, Hunter. It's going down. You're close. I'm at a warehouse at 2200 Broadview. I'm going in.
I'm on my way.
You have the pictures?
You came prepared, I see. Look, we're both tough guys. If I die, you fry. So don't get any ideas.
How do I know you didn't make copies?
Well, it's always a tough one to answer, Larry. I guess if I call you in a month and ask for more money, you'll know I made another set. And if I don't call you, you'll know I didn't.
I don't believe there is any letter. I think you're working strictly by yourself. So I think I'm going to take a chance and call your bluff.
Larry?
I'm going to finish you. I don't need to live like this.
Freeze! Police!
Shooting at whom?
I think it's a free-for-all.
Works for me.
Turn around.
Hi.
I can give you money. Lots of it. Nobody will ever know.
This is corny, and I even feel stupid saying it, but I'd know, Commissioner.
Besides, the best things in life are free, Commissioner. Or are they?
I canceled the trial board. I've had you reinstated, including back pay.
Thank you, Captain.
We're never going to be eating off the same plate because we don't see the job the same way.
Look, Captain, you know, I was thinking about...
I am talking. You want to shut up? What I'm trying to say is I was wrong about this case, but I was not wrong about you two. You got lucky and you saved your butts, but that doesn't change anything. Yeah? It did? I'll be right there. Well, this is Big Chief. I got to get upstairs.
Should we clear watch, Captain?
Yeah, fine.
You got the call, you take it. I'm not going over there. That joint's a sewer, man.
I didn't get the call, Ortega. You were sitting at Hunter's desk and it was transferred to you.
Okay, then Hunter's got the call. Hey, Hunter, you're up. Hey, listen, I don't want to sound like I'm ducking or anything, but every time I used to work vice, I got the heebie-jeebies when I went over to that place.
What's the problem, Ortega?
We got another grounder. Mark Leland, the guy who runs these bathhouses, he shot one of his clients. A fight over one of those boys that work over there. The Blues don't want it on their desk. They want a homicide dick over there on the double.
I don't believe this. The timing is perfect. This is too good to be true.
Don't worry about it, guys. We'll take it. No job is too scummy and all that. We're here to serve this community.
You want this grounder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this time we do it right. We observe every technicality. We read Leland's rights. I'll bring the shovel.
The hell are you talking about?
You see, we shovel garbage, Tony. See, there's this little hole out there. And if you shovel it just right, Leland is going to drop right down in that hole.
Works for me.
Those two guys are weird.
No, that's just the head hunter and the brass cupcake. And they make their own kind of music.
L56, Hunter and McCall, mid-watch clear.
L56, mid-watch clear.